Howdy doody. Howdy doody, everybody. I forgot something. Howdy doody. How we doing? We are ready for another morning in the market. A morning in the market. That's what we're ready for. I hope you all are ready to see what the market holds for us. It's Monday, July 29th. Going to give Facebook and all those places a chance to let the people know that we're here. To tell all the people, let me see, Monday in the market. I forgot to include Instagram. I got to make sure I do that. Turning on the fan. As one turns on the fan, because it gets warm. It feels like it gets warm quickly. Indirect cool breeze. If it's too direct, it's too uncomfortable. Good morning. Good morning. Let's see who we got on here. Saida. Hey, girlfriend. How we doing? I was talking about something the other day and I thought about you. Might have been yesterday, day before yesterday. And I thought about you. Don't remember what it was, but hey, we're here. Let's see what the pre-market has going. See what we got going in the pre-market. Looks like all the places should be being shared to at this point. The ES, we're looking at SPX 500. We don't really need the ES. We can really see what we want to see on SPX 500. Move it. Looks like we're at 54. I want to say that's 90s, 54.89 and rising. 54.89 and rising. We don't have any meetings set for today as far as, announcements and all that good stuff, but y'all know how things go, right? I think in Adam's numbers, when I get there, he talks about there being a rally and it's like underway. This is a 5-minute chart, sorry, a 10-minute chart. So we've been moving up since, looks like this is 4 in the morning, 4 and some change. We've been running, kind of moving up. Had some support down here around the 54.68 area, and it's been moving upwards ever since. It's been moving upwards ever since then. Let's go look at our calendar. Hey, Tanya, let's see what's on our calendar for today. Monday, you see here, there's nothing listed there. Okay. Nothing's listed on the Monday calendar, but I'm going to go look at the investing.com and see if anything's over here. We've got at 10:30 the Dallas Fed Manufacturing Business Index. That's coming at 10:30. It's a 1-star, so, minor volatility. 3-month bill auction, 6-month bill auction, both at 11:30. So that's what's on the schedule for today as far as investing.com goes. As far as Forex goes, there's nothing on the calendar for today. So that's not something that we have to, quote unquote, concern ourselves with. The VIX is at 1663 this morning. Our volatility index, 1663. It's up 1.5% or 0.25. Last week we were in the 18s. So 16 is better. Of course, a couple of weeks ago we were in the 12s. So take that as we take it. The fear index is the volatility fear. Now, this week we do have, I should have stayed on there because this week we do have FOMC happening on Wednesday. We do have Powell is going to speak and the press conference is Powell speaking. There's also minutes that will be delivered. It'll come back up here in a minute. I shouldn't have closed that one. When it comes back up, we'll go back to it. Okay, so nobody wants to be open. Wait a minute. Let me make sure we're in the right place so that we're not getting the slowdown. Why is nobody filling up? Okay, well, this is what we do when we're having fun. Well, we're going on to earnings while those decide they're ready to fill in. Earnings for the week. This is a pretty heavy week of earnings. We've got some tech earnings. Actually, some of the big boys are reporting this week. So we want to definitely be mindful of the trade, the earnings, and then the sympathies, because y'all know we have sympathy earnings will go along with some of these stocks. So this morning we had McDonald's, on Semi, Phillips, Bank of Maria, not sure who that is. I can't see it. AMG maybe, CNA, Oil States, Provident, Bank of Hope, and Civista. I can't see what that thing is. And then this afternoon, we'll have Tilray, Sprouts, Symbotic, Five Below, Lattice, Element Solutions, Rambus, SBA, Beyond. I'm not sure if that's Beyond Meats. I'm not sure if anything else is called Beyond. And then the Concept or Corcept. Tomorrow morning, though, we have SoFi, PayPal, Pfizer, BP, P&G, Procter & Gamble, Leidos, Merck, not sure who that one is. Enterprise Products, Corning, and JetBlue. That's all what's happening between today and tomorrow. Those are the things that are up for earnings today and tomorrow. Okay. I can go back now to CNBC. McDonald's earnings, revenue miss estimates as consumers pull back. Part of the reason why consumers are pulling back off McDonald's is some of those McDonald's prices. I'm not a McDonald's eater very often, but the last time I went, I think I told this story before. Last time I went, I was going to get me a quick little Big Mac meal. That thing was $10. I was like, well, it ain't even real meat. Well, it is, but it don't feel like it. So I was like, no, I think I might have ordered me a kid's meal or something. I got like some chicken, not the chicken nuggets. When my daughter was little, she probably was 4 or 5. We watched Super Size Me. We decided to watch Super Size Me when she was maybe 4 or 5 years old. She was little, and we watched how they made the chicken nuggets and everything at McDonald's. And after that, she said she probably literally was 4 or 5. Maybe she might have been 6, but she said, I'm not eating chicken nuggets again. She said, I'm not eating chicken nuggets ever again. And then after that, I promise you, we ever went to McDonald's, children are like, yes, I'll take. She was like, nope, I don't want chicken. Now would eat and still does. She will eat the chicken tenders, like the real chicken breast cut up, but she won't eat chicken nuggets. And we had this, we were in a car, me and my friend had a bunch of kids with us, and we pulled into a McDonald's and ordered 5 kids meals with chicken nuggets and got everybody, we just ordered everybody the same thing. And my daughter was all the way in the back, and she was the youngest one in the car. And she's like, first she's saying, I think she was saying it all along, but nobody was listening. I don't eat chicken nuggets. And then she would a little bit, I don't eat chicken nuggets, and nobody was listening. So after a while, she finally started screaming, I don't eat chicken nuggets. So I was like, oh yeah, oops. I had to order her some more food. She was like, I'm not eating. I don't eat chicken nuggets. That's our funny McDonald's story. But anyway, McDonald's is pretty steady. People, they tell you to buy the stocks and the things that what you use, and McDonald's is a pretty popular stock that people buy and use. So McDonald's earnings, they had a revenue miss estimates as consumers pull back off of McDonald's. Fast food chains battle for low-income diners with summer value meals. Food delivery fees are rising, and everyone's feeling the pinch. I saw a post the other day, maybe yesterday, where a young lady was on Threads, and she was talking about people always say they don't have money to trade with. And then she put a screenshot of like a DoorDash. She's like, but this is where your money's at. Like the DoorDash delivery fee was like $9.97. Just, the food was only like $16, and it was $10 to have $16 worth of food delivered. It's like, really? You don't pay as much for the delivery as you pay for the food. Temu and Shein's Soaring popularity has Wall Street eyeing China's influence on tech earnings. When I was in, where was I? In the Middle East. So in Bahrain, Shein was a big deal. So I think Shein, I think it comes from Korea. But anyway, I ordered some Shein product while I was there. You need to be sure that if you're ordering from Shein, that you're reading carefully, because you need to make sure that you're watching the materials and what's in there and the proper sizing and all those good things for those who are Shein purchasers, right? Those good prices come with a cost. Ford, General Motors, Stellantis face a daunting second half of 2024. Swiss pharma giant Roche to accelerate Wegovy rival drugs after positive trial data. Is Wegovy one of the weight loss drugs? I think Wegovy is one of the weight loss drugs. Monday's biggest analyst call: NVIDIA, Apple, Tesla, Live Nation, Uber, Eli Lilly. Biden rolls out a plan to overhaul the Supreme Court. Biden, you try to do that before you go, buddy? Is this what you're trying to do? I'm not opposed to overhauling the Supreme Court. I'm just saying, are you trying to do that before you go? Yeah, thank you, Janae. Janae says, yes, it is. Good morning. Hey, Karen. I think I said hi to Tanya already. Good morning. These 5 shopping trends are revealing how consumers are spending their money. Stock futures rise ahead of major tech earnings. FDA approves a new blood test to screen for colon cancer. Oh, that's a good thing. That's a good thing to screen, because according to all the naturalists, the colon is where all the stuff is. The colon is what will tell you where all the diseases and all the health is, keeping that colon healthy. Philips shares jumped 10.5% as second quarter sales grow despite China weakness. Bitcoin near 70,000 as investors digest Trump crypto comments. Okay, that's what CNBC had to say this morning. Dow futures are up 177 or 0.43%. S&P futures up 0.53%. NASDAQ futures up 0.86%. Oil and 10-year bonds are red. They're red. Talk about McDonald's again on Yahoo Finance. Dow futures, risk of spooking the markets. Odds are Feds won't cut just yet. I think that's been priced in. I feel like they may not cut again, but it may be coming soon. I think the cut may come soon. May not be immediate, but I think we're close to it. Why AstraZeneca CEO isn't worried about costs. Retirement investment advice for every stage of life. How much money should you keep in a savings account? What do y'all think? How much money should you keep in a savings account? I've heard a few different things. Hey, Marsha, how you doing? Tell me what y'all think about how much money you should keep in a savings account, or at least account that you have quick access to, because it may be a high yield savings account. It may be just a regular, at the bank. Of course, you can keep it under your pillow. How much money do y'all think you should keep in a savings account? Okay, so I looked at that. Let's go to Adam's numbers. Hey, Ward. $6 months worth of monthly expenses. Okay. 6 months worth of monthly expenses. I think I saw something the other day that said the majority of the world doesn't have $1,000. Like, can't put their hands on $1,000 immediately. 6 months, I think, would be great. Adam says, strong follow through for SPX. On Friday, I was looking for a rally to 54.88. We dipped there at Friday close. I warned another rally was coming with 55.15 as the target, and it started overnight. Hold your runners. 54.79, 54.62 are supports. It keeps 54.96, 55.02, 55.10 to 15 alive. If 54.62 fails, then we retest 54.44. Just what you need for expenses. How many months of expenses, Karen? Nori says, wow. And Ward says, that's sad. I read that somewhere. The accuracy depends on who they ask, but The gap between ES and SPX is about 40 points. For XSP, if you're trading XSP, I've got 552 as a call credit spread number and 544 as a PCS number. That's based on basically 10% of these numbers at the top and at the bottom. Of course, you want to make sure that you're looking at your chart and checking all your stuff to make sure that you agree with all of that. Make sure you agree with it. Did I close the chart? I did not mean to do that. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing. Maybe. What did I do? Okay, so those are Adam's numbers. Remember, Adam is a level-to-level buyer of options. So, but he provides these levels. If you're buying, these are definitely could be helpful. 40 points difference between the ES and the SPX. If you're selling, you want to look at the outer bounds. Obviously, you want to look for your outside bounds. Okay. Last week we did 8 out of 9 profitable trades. Whoop, whoop. We had an 80% win rate last week on the option seller trade list. There was 9 trades on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, there were 9 trades on here, and 8 of those were profitable. The only one that didn't pan out was the PCS of Disney. That's the one that didn't do so well. But all the others were profitable. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes. This is this week's list. There's 7 stocks on this list for this week. I only went with lower risk off of the Use Peakbot watch list. Use Peakbot watch list. Peakbot is an automated trading platform for sellers. Peakbot is an automated trading platform for sellers. I use Peakbot for automated trading on trend spread, credit spreads, and I use them on the daily iron condors. Every day it enters the iron condors and then exits them the next day. So that's where I get the watch list. Okay, the watch list here, and they have the watch list broken out by lower risk, moderate risk, and high risk. I don't put anything off of the high risk. If I pull anything off moderate, it may be an iron condor if there was none available on the low risk. But this week I decided to just go with low risk. I didn't even go down and pull any iron condors off. I've seen that in the past several weeks, the trades that were getting breached were in the iron condors area. So the iron condors are determined by being neutral over the 50 period EMA, right? So it wasn't all iron condors that were breached, because we had some put credit spreads and call credit spreads that got breached too. But I just decided to just stick with the lower risk. If it's on the lower risk area, then we'll put it on our sheet. And listen, there's 7 stocks on here. 7 stocks. So usually I have a list. Like one time I had like 20 trade ideas, and that's a lot, but it can be too much and it can be overwhelming to some people who don't know, like, I don't know what to pick. You got 7 to choose from. And we went through these yesterday on my call yesterday live at 5 on Sunday, which are our week in the market. I went through each of these. I did the charting on each of these stocks yesterday, confirmed the numbers. Also, if you're in my membership, I gave you the supports for these, which is basically the plan is that you let these trades do their thing. You put the alert on that when it hits a support area and rejects, then you enter the trade, right? I gave you the supports if you're in the membership. If you check in your Telegram, that's all in there. So you have the supports that I found. You might see something different. I looked at the supports on the daily chart. And if you find something different, of course, go with what you find. But I just want you to not, I want you to use your chart. I want you to make sure that you're using your chart when you're looking at these, right? Make sure you use your chart. Okay. Let's go. If you got a stock you want us to look at, definitely tell me what that is. We'll go look at some stocks. While I wait for you all to put some stuff in the chat, I wanted to share with you the freebies channel, the E2T Freebies, right? E2T freebies gives you all the free resources that I've created. Freebies.com. E2T Freebies. Basically, all access pass to all the little stuff, all the different things I've created as free resources are here. The Chart Your Way to 100K cheat sheet. This is the webinar, a free webinar for charting. It's about 40 minutes, but it's really good if you're don't know anything about charting and want to start learning about charting. This is where you should start with this stock charting webinar. Of course, we got the YouTube channel, 7 mistakes that traders make that keep them from 7 figures. The 0 DTE strategy cheat code, 5 easy steps for 10% profits each day. What is the best trading strategy for your personality? If you're a stock options beginner, here's a quick start guide, like how do you get started? What do you do to get started? The 5 hacks for trading SPX. We've got some SPX traders here. Good morning, Miss Barbara. E2T membership. You can join our membership here. And then my website is here at the bottom as well. This is the one Janae said we ought to put on a mug or something. And that is a pretty good graphic. We should do that. If you want to join our exclusive Telegram group, my Educator to Trader Telegram group, you can do that down here at the bottom. This is the freebies page, right? E2T-freebies. Janae, what's the V? Oh, that's what you want us to look at. I was like, V, what's that? All righty. So we've got that. I mentioned this already. The Start With The Chart. Startwiththechart.com is a place for you to do a charting webinar. I have found that a lot of people don't know how to chart. Okay. And when people say go chart, they glaze over. But one of the ways you're going to learn is to go learn. And this is a free webinar that I've created for you. It's about 40 minutes. So you're not going to, have too many problems. As far as time, startwiththechart.com. I have to break out the spelling of it for Facebook because Facebook and Instagram doesn't want it to be a straight link. Don't know why. Okay. Looks like we've got a request on the line. I must have got rid of TradingView. Like, where'd it go? Thank you, Lorenzo. I've had that for a while. I just never talk about it on here, and I'm going to do that more often. So as I create more things, I'll put them there. We're always creating something. We're always creating something. Okay. Let's look at Visa. Is this V? It is. Oh, I was like, all this choppy. Let me go find a chart that doesn't have all this going on. Does Visa like to gap around? Looks like it might like to gap around. Let me put some stuff on the chart. Okay, there's a gap that has yet to be filled. I will give us the part that has still remaining. Part that's remaining is here. The darker piece is what remains. Had a little bit of it filled here, but not all of it, right? And then another one was created on top of that. This one gapped down. Some of it has been filled. And I will go back and fill in the part that is unfilled. The dark sections are the part that has yet to be filled. Okay, when I look at support, I see down here at, what's this, 260? No, 251, 253. I might have to put on some different glasses so I can see better. Here we go. That's about 253, 253.73 looks like. That is some support. There's also one just above where current price, where price stopped on Friday. Support back from July 10th. It stopped. It closed above there. When I say stopped, it closed above there. Currently, the current price is at 260.97 in the pre-market. So it is going on into, I mean, it's in the area where it's been in this area before. Price action was here on Friday. Now potentially it'll go ahead and finish the rest of that gap. Interesting. 322 continuation. 322 continuation. What would we do here if you were trading it as a buyer? 322 continuation. This candle has a high of 261.20. So what you would do if you wanted to trade it as a buyer, or you could actually use this as a seller too. Enter calls above, what did I take? 261.20. Above 261.20 for the gap fill, with your target being the top of the gap. I could keep that. Calls target 264.73. Now, when you do this, you're going to look for it to bust outside of the 261.20, which it's only about 20 cents, 25 cents away from doing that. You want it to break above this. Let me get me a little pencil so I can show you what you should be looking for if you're going to trade it that way. You want it to break out of this, right? And then to come back. Come on, pencil. Come back down and retest it, right? And then go on up from there. You want it to go above this, retest, and then go out. And when it keeps going, you should be able to go. That's a $3.50 gap. Now I don't know what and I don't have Thinkorswim open. I don't know what the contracts are looking like on Visa. So that may be, let me look real quick. That may be a thing. That's trading it as a buyer. I'll show you in a second what you can do if you're trading it as a seller. Visa options, if you're going to do it, for this week, if you get a good move out of here, the ATR, well, we got a ±6 for the week. So it should be able to push. It should be able to finish that gap if it wants to. If you want calls for this week, 260 is like 285. You might want to look at you might need to look at a different strike. Maybe 265 has better open interest. Why don't I have volume on here? Let me add volume. There we go. Add volume. Done. So let's see what the volume's looking like in that area. That, of course, is not showing now because the market's closed. I don't see anything there. Okay, so, but if you're looking there, I probably would look at the 265 strike price, which that is $101 is what that costs you if you were doing 265. Because your target is 264. That may work for you. Visa 265 calls 82. Okay. If you're trading Visa as a seller, then you're going to want to get, you probably can get just below this number here, which would be the 259. You probably could go just below 259. Let me do a look here for the put side. It's a 2.5 spread. So keep that part in mind. 73% probability at 255. 255 is down in here, which is actually below this other support. You got a couple of supports here. So if you wanted to do 255, 257.5 is above where current price is. And since this closed above, you really could possibly get in even closer. 257.5 could definitely work. It's going to give you better premiums. 257.5. Let's go with 257.5, because at this point it's paying $73. So that's a 30% return on your collateral. I'm going to do PCS I'll do both 252.5, 255, or 255, 257.5 for this week. And the plan with this is that when you get into it, you let it do its movement and then you close it. This would not be like a ride all week long, because you don't know when it hits this 264 how it'll pull back. And it may hit 264-ish and then just kind of hang around up in here and not do anything. But if you get this and it moves the way you want it to, you go ahead and close it at a reasonable place. So even if you did 252.5, 255, that's paying $50. So even if you went with this one where you were safer, if this pays $50, that's still 20% return. One more strike pays you another $25 or $25, $28. No, not 28, like $18. I said 73, so that's $28. And then you can collect more money there if you'd like. All right. That would be for Visa. If you got questions about Visa, make sure you put them in the chat, so that way I can answer them if you've got some more questions. You can enter Visa as a buyer going straight up, or you can enter it as a seller, go down a little bit below support and do it that way. You could also use debit spreads if you didn't want to pay the $100 for the calls. You could use debit spreads on the call side, 260, 262.5, and still pay $100, but your return on that would be the $193. No, $143, because you got 250 as your spread. Okay. Those are things you can look at. Let's look at Amazon. Amazon. Who asked for Amazon? Nate. Okay. I thought that might have been Michelle asking for Amazon. What I see on Amazon, they have earnings this week, so I want you to be mindful of that. Amazon has earnings, I want to say on Wednesday or Thursday. They have earnings. So if you're going to trade Amazon this week as a seller, for sure, you're going to want to be mindful of that. If you're trading as a buyer, just want to make sure that you got your time on. It's having earnings on Thursday. Amazon, Apple, Intel, those are all Thursday earnings. So keep that in mind when you're entering the trade. If you're entering as a seller, you're going to want to be gone by Thursday afternoon. If you're entering as a buyer, you still would probably want to be gone by then, unless you're lotto in it. So in the pre-market, Amazon is at 181 and some change, or that's 183. 183.96 is where they are. This gap is actually filled, but it is up here in what looks like this gap again. If we're looking for support, it's at 179.84. The bottom of this gap is also support, which is also right in the zone with this area here, which is 182.50. I think that's where price closed the other day, 182.50. Okay, so you got 183.16 also as support. Current price is above that. If you're trading it as a seller, I want to change this to a line. You're trading it as a seller, I would definitely get below this 182.50. I would get below this where it is right now. So it really is in an area where it could reverse and come back down. But Amazon, I'm going to say below. I'm probably going to say go above, because Amazon has a downwards ride going, not an upwards ride. See, if we're looking at the trend on Amazon, it's trending downwards. That has earnings on Friday. So again, keep that in mind. But Thursday, keep that in mind. But when I look at the trend line here, okay, so probably would go with the put credit spread if it was me. A call credit spread. The other one. I go each way, and then I got to remember which one the things are. I would go with a call credit spread above 186 There's actually something in here. Where it is currently is in a sell zone, so it could go on down, but let me see what our probabilities out of the money look like. Call credit spread on Amazon. Who was asking, Sinead? Call credit spread if you're looking. And if you're trading it as a buyer, you might want to look at puts, maybe depending on what the short. I'm not sure what your time frame is that you're looking at for time frame. If you're doing something short term, you want to see what the direction is short term. Call credit spread, I see 195 as a 76%. 195. This must be, wait a minute, that's big. Plus minus 13. Yeah, that does put you at 195. 195 call credit spread. Okay, I'm going to change this to a call credit spread. $195, 197.5. If you're feeling more froggy, you could go with 192.5. That is a 71% probability out of the money. That's as a seller. 195 is up here pretty high. But it definitely puts you up here above this resistance. This one way up here. There's a gap here that hasn't been filled yet. Right here. The gap has not been filled. Between 191 and the close of this, which is 193. Between 191 and 193 has not been filled yet. All these other gaps going up have been filled. Could price take off and go get it? Potentially. Will it? Don't know. But that's what's going on with Amazon. Amazon earning is on Thursday. I keep saying Friday. Friday. This is Google. I put all these lines on here and then I get myself confused with them. So, I have to remove all the lines every time and then do it over because I see the lines and I'm like, what? Okay, so Google has a gap. It hasn't been all the way filled yet. We ended Friday on doji, right? This is like a we don't know. We just don't know what's going on. But it's got a pretty long wick. There was some selling. The buyer stepped back in. This could totally be the turnaround. So you want to watch to make sure that it is, right? Time frame continuity shows us going downwards. Well, the day, the month, the week, the day and the week are just starting today. So you can't look at these two yet, but you can look at the month and it's red and the quarter is red. This is another downwards facing, downwards trending stock. Now see the trend. The trend is downwards. If we want to go, you can put a couple different trend lines on here. You can kind of trend line yourself into oblivion if you're not careful. But these are trend lines. Okay, it's trending downwards for sure. But I do see this gap wanting filling. This support, there's a pivot here. I think we're at the support 2. We're at the second support here, which is why it hit this and bounced right on back up off it. Support would be at the bottom of this. Current price is at 170 with support at 168.68. If I was trading this as a seller, I'd want to get above this gap, but it's big enough to where you probably don't need to get all the way above it. Let's put our 4Z on it. Part of the gap, the first 25% was already filled. So you got these levels, 50%, 75 on up from there. So if it did get back into this gap, 50% or halfway across the gap would be good at 179. This is Google. How did you want to trade Google? Who asked for Google? Tanya? Tanya, what are you thinking about for Google? I would see that it's already moving out of this zone. Already in the pre-market, it's at 170. So for the week, you could do a put credit spread because it's showing that it's leaving support. And then if you wanted, felt iron condorish, it's got a plus minus 5. Google has a plus minus 5.8. So let's say plus minus 6. A plus minus 6 from current price puts us at 176. And 176 is in the above. It's actually the bottom of this gap. Maybe this 25% mark is the 176. So you could look at both. Let's put us a call credit spread 176 or above. I know that's not or is it a strike? Is 176 a strike? No, 175 and 177.5 are your strikes. And if you want to look at a put credit spread, I would go with this support, 165 or below. So if we're where we are, 170 minus the 6, that puts you, this is a good spot if you want to do put credit spread. Okay, those are two options. As it has left this support area, the PCS may be a good move. I want you to feel confident, though, that if it pulls back, it won't pull back to the 165. So let's go see if there's some more support back here that gives us some more help. Some more help. Looks like there's a big one right here, and that is at 165.86. So you do have support above this 165. So even if you decided you wanted to do, you're going to get the best premiums on the 165 side because of the proximity to price. Even though the 170 is going up, it may 165 has a 72% probability out of the money. And what I say, 170, I'd go at 177.5 is 88. Actually, you can do it 175. 175 is a 79% probability out of the money. Not there. I want you to go there. There we go. Okay, there's might be a good iron condor opportunity. Let me change it to vertical so I can see. 175. Sorry, I didn't open up Thinkorswim so y'all could see too. The 175 is paying $30 and the 165 is paying $50. So $80 for a 2.5 spread. That 55 on the put credit spread side probably is because of proximity, but $80 for a 2.5 spread. Y'all see me? And what did I say for the bottom? There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. Remember, when you're doing iron condors, you can't enter them separately based on the price action and get, good premiums based on, or you can enter them all at one time and just let them deteriorate together. You can do that as well. All right. All righty. This was good stuff today. Note to self. Yeah, y'all know when I pick up that pen, he getting ready to take a look. All right. Don't forget, if you got places, if you're doing the alerts on Peakbot, Peakbot is going to provide, nope, I know I was going to do alerts. Peakbot provides alerts for the trending stocks, top 10 trends. You can also, if you're getting the alerts, they're $5. These alerts update every 5 minutes. This watch list and alerts update every 5 minutes. It gives you the top 10 trending stocks based on expected value, which means based on the return on money and the success rate. Expected value is more like success rate of them, which is what we want. We want as high a success rate as possible, right? You've got the top 10. If you don't like any of the things in the top 10, because a few of these, like Mara, I think, is in the crypto space, and crypto has some earnings this week. I believe I have Roblox. Remember I told y'all I thought I had Exxon for the week, but I don't. I have Roblox and Snow. I have Roblox and Snow was my trades for the week. Anyway, if you don't like any of these, you can view this full watch list and it'll give you all the stocks that are on the watch list. And it gives you these strikes for whether the trend is bullish or bearish. Should it be a put credit spread or a call credit spread? AMD, I probably wouldn't fool up with. They got earnings this week. Over here to the right, you see all the people who have earnings this week. So Marvel had earnings in May and NVIDIA doesn't have it till the 15th. All these others on this top list have earnings this week. So I would keep that in mind if I was, if I was trading something here. You either need to, you need to avoid them because of earnings, or you need to wait and, or trade them and exit before earnings, one or the other. And then you've got the Iron Condor entries for all the indices, Triple Q, IWM, SPY, XSP, SPX, NDX. It gives you all day long. So if you decide you want to wait till 12, which is what I do, I usually wait till 12 to enter these. But if you want to enter early or later, this updates every 5 minutes. It tells you what expiration date to pick. It gives you the strikes. All right. This goes on all day long while the market is open. And if you don't know how to use the trend and don't know the strategies, they got videos down here that explain the strategies to you. All right. You need to get the alerts though. If you want to get alerts.use peakbot.com. Again, it's $5 a week and you can use those all the time. Okay. So there's that. That's what we use. If you're using Peakbot Automated Trader, which is even better, automated trading with Peakbot basically is where it does the work for you. It enters for you and exits for you. Even more enters for you and you exit for yourself. Because for me, I exit for myself, but the bot enters for me. The bot enters for me, but I exit for myself. All right. If you're new to options and really want to learn what's going on with options with a little, good introduction, a good safe place for $17, something that's not going to be too expensive, you can go get the Options 411 over at my website. Options 411 is a little mini course and you use $17. You can grab that. Our membership is always open. We have the morning calls. We have weekly training calls. We got monthly calls. We've got the Telegram group where you heard me say earlier, I put stuff inside the Telegram group that obviously I'm not putting out on a YouTube channel. My membership people are going to get the best of me, and whatever programs I do, they get access to that. Like we just did the credit spreads masterclass, and everybody in my membership gets to come to those things for free. They don't have to pay any extra for the trainings I do. And next month I'm already setting up dates for the Options 411 again. I took Saida's idea. Saida's idea was that I put a poll in my YouTube channel to see what people wanted. Did they want Options 411 or charting? And they're kind of neck and neck, but so I'm going to go with the Options 411 got more votes. So I'm going to look at Options 411 for next month. We'll start with a 3-day challenge and then we'll go into a longer session of teaching and training, okay, for Options 411. All right. E2T Traders Declaration. I declare I'm a great trader. I declare I'm a successful trader. I declare I'm a focused trader. I declare my wins exceed my losses. My accounts growing more and more each week. I am a wise and knowledgeable trader. I always make smart and lucrative decisions for my portfolios. I declare I'm a level-headed trader who does not trade my emotions. It is you, Lord, who gives us the power to get wealth. You teach our hands to war and our fingers to fight. Help us today to trade wisely and strategically. Give us more than enough so we can have what we need and enough to be a blessing to others. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen, amen. All righty, everybody. We're about 10 minutes, 12 minutes before the market opens. I like to be able to get you off the call so that way you can do whatever last minute things you need to do before the market opens. As sellers, we don't necessarily rush in at the beginning of the market anyway, especially on a Monday, because on a Monday, everybody has put in their orders over the weekend and all the stuff at the beginning is a lot of volatility. Okay. As a seller, we wait. As buyers, y'all know I'm in impact. Impact, they don't, whichever they don't start till 9:45. They let that first 15 minutes go. Okay, because you can get misdirection in the first 15 minutes. All right. So we're going to be wise master traders. We're wise master traders. All righty. I want us to do 2 things today. I want us to stay green. I want us to get this money. All right. Let's have a great green day. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye. See you in the market.